In this video, I will talk about how I learned the hard way what bulge disc is, right? 37, working out, healthy. But it happened to me. It can happen to anybody. There are a certain percent of the people that live through their life, they don't even know they have it. Well, I learned it the hard way. And we will talk about what happened and how I fixed it. And you can do it too, if you choose to do it. Let's watch the video. So I was thinking, what should I tell you? Why should I tell you this? Who cares about it? I do. And I know there's quite a few people with the same problem that, but I haven't seen one person that went through something like this from A to Z happened and they fixed themselves, right? And that's what I decided to do when I woke up in 2017. Didn't know what was happening to me. I was in excruciating pain, just insane. It was like somebody is doing something to my body and I couldn't explain what it was, right? I remember jumping up. I just jumped up. I don't know if it was that adrenaline of pain that hit me. And I was like, what is happening to me? I jumped up and all I remember, I fell back onto the bed. And my husband, he's like, do you want me to take you to the hospital? And I was like, no, I'm not going to the hospital. Why would I do that? I don't know what's happening to me. What is hospitals gonna do to me? So I am laying flat in bed, completely just in this agony of somebody, how do you explain this? Hitting you with the bat, stabbing you in the neck, shooting at you. I have no idea how to explain this pain because I've never had a pain like that. I've delivered an amazing son that's taller than I am, right? That likes to hug me and lift me up. But at that moment, I can't explain to you what was happening to me. I'm laying, and the next thing I said to Alan, tried to lift my phone up. I couldn't lift my phone up at all. Any movement, any microscopical movement I am trying to make is a shooting pain that's happening through my neck and it's going down to my body, right? I called my neighbor, my friend, and I said, hey, can you take me to a chiropractor, a friend? That was the only thing I could have think of, right? Because I honestly, I don't like going to doctors, even though I was raised in a medical family. But I don't know. But I just didn't want it to go to emergency. She comes up and she helps me get up from bed. I get out of bed, and she's holding me like this child, you know, because I cannot move. I could not make a single move to my body, because it was just this shooting pain that was going into my brain, into my legs, into my body, into my spine. She's helping me walk, and it took us to go about 20 stairs down from master bedroom down to the front door, and it took us half an hour or something like that to walk down because it was that pain. So we get to the car, and I'm just sitting and crying, massively crying. We get to the chiropractor, and she's feeling bad for me because she doesn't know what's happening to me. I get to my chiropractor, and he's like, what happened? And I said, I have no idea what happened. I have no idea what happened. I woke up, and I have this unbelievable pain shooting in my neck. So, you know, with his phenomenal knowledge, you know, he looked at it, and he's like, really, without any kind of imaging, x-ray, or MRI, I can't tell you what it is. So he just did a little bit of adjustments, didn't help because I couldn't even have him touch me. just touching the skin was hurting. So we leave. I just left, and I believe he set up an MRI appointment for me because I called my insurance. Obviously, everything was denied, or it will take a couple of months for it to get approved and stuff like this. I get the MRI, and while being at MRI for 1 hour, I thought I will kill the guy, because imagine being in that pain for an hour and laying flat. It was, I don't know, it's like a suicidal, I don't know, thoughts. I don't know how to explain this kind of pain when you don't have something like this. I think the only person that will explain something like this that went through that, right? When you tell this to somebody and they say, yeah, understand, I'm sorry. No, they don't. Nobody understands that. Nobody understands it or will understand until they go through something like this. So I get the MRI done, and at that point, all this time, you have to realize this. I came home, I went back, and I just had to lay flat. Well, laying flat was unbelievably painful, right? So I decided, what if I just sit, right, in bed, sit, maybe it's gonna be helpful. Obviously it's unbelievable pain, but it was a little bit easing the pain. I don't know what it is. That's why after the whole experience, human body, spine, brain, and everything we control, our emotions, how we handle our pain, just fascinating to me, right? I got the MRI done, they told me the results, and they said it's a bulge disc in one of my vertebrae. I went to physical therapy while with all this pain, refusing to take any kind of drugs, right? And everybody's calling, take this, and everybody's calling and take this, and all these suggestions, which really I can't do any of it. I wanted the fix right now, correct? I did actually went, I believe it was either urgent care or something like that, and they prescribed me what are these extreme painkillers. One of them is oxycodone, the other one is something starts with T. I've refused to take them, but one of the days I was like, I have to take it if I'm gonna go to work, because at the same time I could have just stayed home. I didn't want it to stay at home. I was like, what am I gonna do? Just sit upright and just feel sorry for myself? I'm not gonna do that. I took that medicine, and I seriously, a couple of hours later, I thought I would die. I don't know what it did to my body, but it made me sick. I wanted to vomit. It made me weak. It made me feel like my brain was going upside down. It just, I don't know how people get addicted to that crap, right? My friend from Pennsylvania flew in. I think she was visiting the family, and she's like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna set up a plan. How are we gonna do this? Because I refuse to give up. I refuse to just, what am I gonna stay in bed for the rest of my life? I'm not gonna do that. What was it at that time? I was 37. Are you kidding me? Who's gonna take care of me? Myself? I have to do something. We set up a plan. And this is what I did. What I started doing 3 times, I want to say 3 times a week, each one of the therapies. And it was physical therapy, red light therapy, cryotherapy, inversion table, massage. I think I was going to hot tub as well. Oh, and massive vitamins, and it was rebuilding tissue, muscle tissue. It's rebuilding the whole nervous system, because my whole arm started going out. I wasn't feeling my arm at all. It was getting very thin, bizarrely. You know, somebody would say, "Oh my God, that's it. I'm gonna be in handicap." To me, it was almost like a crazy experiment. Like, why would something like this happen to me? Why would something happen like this to a healthy person that eats right, works out, doesn't do anything crazy, But it happened, because, and I know why. The stress that I was going through, my parents were getting elderly, and they were on the verge of this, what's going to happen to them and be responsible for them. And my mom passed away in September, and it was prior to all of this. And I guarantee you that my body just shut down. My body just gave up and said, I'm gonna slow you down. You're working too much, you're stressing out too much, you're done. I am gonna take control of you. And when that happened, it almost like taught me a lesson that I do need to slow down just like you do. Because when you overwork yourself, it is good, but how do you do that, right? Do you do it in the right way? Or you just overwhelm yourself to the point that you're just like, I don't know what to do next, and your body is like, okay, you're done. Doing all of this physical therapy and all of these therapies that I decided to do, every, I would say, 3 times a week, each one of them, yes, it was overwhelming. Yes, I was going to work with this pain. No, I wasn't taking any drugs. Yes, I was taking massive vitamins. I couldn't work out because I had to take care of myself in a different way. I remember coming to physical therapy first time, and I will introduce you to her in the next video, Kate. And she's like, I know what's wrong with you. Just by touching my body, by touching my neck, she's like, I know exactly what's wrong with you. I remember laying down on her table, right? And she took my head and she stretched my body, and it's like the pain went away. I don't know how, I don't know what she did, but that pain completely went away. And I just started crying. I started crying so hard, and I couldn't control that. You know why I couldn't control that? Because the pain was so insane, it was almost taking the tears away, and she released that, right? She released that, she took that away, and I didn't have any more of it. And it almost like the happy tears just started flowing, and I was like, just hold me like that, please don't let go of my neck, because I feel good, right? In that moment, I was feeling so incredible. And she's like, Nadia, I have to let go because my hands can, she could have into my head for so long. And she slowly, basically put my head to the way it's supposed to be, and the pain kicked back in. And it's just the shooting pain in my head, just the whole body, it was just exploding, every nerve of it. It was insane. I don't know if you're on the other side of there, went through something like this. And if you didn't, I never wish this on anybody. So, and going and pushing myself and not giving up, doing the therapy, even with the agony of pain, and physical therapy. I want to say about mid of November, my physical therapist graduated me. 2 months from a harsh therapy, I should say harsh pain, waking up in a harsh pain, crying, sleeping for 2 months upright, crying every night. I couldn't move, my hand went out. In the middle of November, I graduated. And what I mean by graduated, I had no pain. I had no pain. I can't explain that to you. And the number one thing that I almost forgot to say, the whole family was praying for me. Everybody in my family, I said, I want you to pray for me because it was one of the biggest things of my recovery. I don't know who you believe in, what you believe in. For me, it was that higher power that I believed in. Besides the therapy that I went through and so on. So what do you believe in? What choice do you make? Are you going to change your life? Or are you just going to give up? Or are you going to get up and you're going to strive and you will make that choice to succeed with your health? You change your mind, your thinking, and now I can't stop working out. And I wish for every one of you to make the choice to get up, because you can. Because I did, and you can.